Hey, my friends, Jeff here from HigherTrustMarketing.com and InfoMarketerZone.com. Hey, wanted to have the conversation today. I get asked all the time by people, my bias, if anyone's followed me, I create my own products online to sell. I don't focus 100% of my time on affiliate marketing. I don't do e-com. We dabble in that sort of thing, but our primary business is selling our own digital products. That's selling our own expertise. And we do that in 4 different, completely different niche markets. And that's taken a number of years to ramp up. But I get asked all the time by people, why do you risk that? Isn't it, what happens if you put all this time in and the product doesn't sell? Or what happens, isn't it a lot of time? Isn't it a lot of effort? Why will people buy, something from me when there's maybe thousands of other products out there? There's every excuse under the sun. And I want to address some of those head on today. Number one, why would we go this approach? Well, first of all, it's to us, it's synonymous with branding. You cannot become a leader in your field. You can't become a number one player without your own products. If you look at anyone who's a top player in their industry, they're offering their own products. It could be physical product, could be a digital product, could be an expert-based product. But the fact is, they own a portion of what they bring to the market. They own the intellectual property to it. They have ownership over the license of that product. And so you can't expect to get to the top of your field and only sell other people's products. Now, that's a salesman. I mean, you can be a star salesman. You can be a rock star. You can earn a really nice living, but that's not an entrepreneur. It's not a business owner, right? That's a salesperson. And I'm not saying that's not important. That's critical. But at the end of the day, you have to decide what you want to be. If you want to be a true entrepreneur, business owner, someone who owns a growth enterprise and someone who maybe wants to eventually exit and sell your business, then you need to own a product. You need to bring a product to market, whether you license rights to bring that product to market, whether you create that product yourself, whether you work with in the product space, a co-packer, if it's food product, a partner. There's many ways to do this, but at the end of the day, you've got to have rights or a license to sell your own product. So, when people ask me, why do you approach it that way? It's just synonymous with running a real business at the end of the day. And when I get questions like that, I start to question, where's that coming from? Because people who ask that question don't really understand business. They may have been misled somewhere along the way to thinking that being a salesman is actually the same thing as owning your own business and growing your own business. And it's not, right? At the end of the day, you take the risk, but you also take the reward. You're the one building your business, and you need to own a product and bring it to market. That doesn't mean that, maybe 60% of our sales will come from our own product and 40 will come from recommending other people's products, or from finder's fees, or from licensing, or from advertising other people. That, synonymous with getting eyeballs and selling your own product doesn't mean you can't back end sell other people's products, but lead with your own product, I guess is what I'm saying there. Now, the other constant sort of set of objections that I get from people, or concerns that I get from people who don't want to create their own product is this concern over risk, over not enough time, over expertise, and over there being too many other products out there. Honestly, all of that is just excuses. Let me just show you. I mean, this is just a sampling, and it's going to be in reverse, but you'll see this is just a sampling here of the products that we've brought to market over the last few years. And there are literally dozens of them. Well, how do we do that? Well, there's a system that we've put together that now involves a larger team, where we first of all do market research really quickly in a couple of days. We de-risk the market. We figure out what the market wants and what specific topics and desires are number 1, number 2, number 3 in the marketplace. And that sort of de-risks the entire process, because once you figure that out, and then we look for evidence that people are spending on it, that they're not just interested in it, they're not just searching for it, but they're willing to spend money. There's a commercial viable need to be able to buy that product and desire to buy that product. Once you do that, it makes your job so much simpler. It not only de-risks the whole process, but it makes marketing and reaching your market and converting that much easier, that much simpler. And then once we do that, we have a rapid fire minimum viable product creation strategy. So you should not be spending months on creating your first product. You should be spending days, and then you take it to market and you test it. And so that could be through things like webinars. It could be through things like in-face seminars. It could be by putting a minimum viable product, an ebook, a digital product out there. It could be by doing a minimal viable course that takes you literally a couple of days to shoot maybe 4 to 6 modules, and then you test that on the marketplace. And that brings me to my third reason why this is such a powerful business, is that the only way that you can, let's face it, the number one differentiator you're going to have in your market is how close you are to your market, how well you understand them, how well you understand the psychology behind the buying decisions in your marketplace. Well, how better do you do that than release a product into that space? And then you've got a direct link into your buyer. So you don't have to go through third-party tools and thinking and researching and all that sort of stuff where you're making educated guesses on what the market wants. No, at that point, they're buying your products. You're getting paid at that point for direct links into your market. And what are they going to tell you once they have your product? They're going to tell you what else they want. They're going to tell you how you could improve the product, what other things that they would like to buy. They're going to ask you for more advanced things than you're already giving them. This happens all the time. We launch maybe a $27 or a $47 ebook into a market, and then we sell maybe 100 of those. And within that 100, we've got half of those people are asking us for other things, the other software products, recommendations on things, more advanced. They want our coaching time. They want the inner circle program, the coaching program. They want to go upstream. They're willing to pay thousands of dollars in some cases for our time because they want the advanced information once they have the nuggets of first run information, of introductory information. So all of these things are only possible because you were able to sell one of your own products into the market and you have the link. See, if you go and sell someone else's product into that market, who do you think has the link into that market? It's actually the person who created the product. So let's say you sell a $47 ebook into a market or a digital product or course. You sell that into the market, and even if you make $27, $30, even if you make the whole $47, who cares at the end of the day, because you don't have access to that customer. Who does? Well, it's the creator of the product, because they know they've made the sale. They have the end customer information at the end of the day. Sure, your link will get credited the sale and you'll get the commission, but at the end of the day, it's their name on the product. It's their information, the contact information inside the product, and they will get notification of the customer's sale. So they can follow up with back-end sales, with questionnaires, with FAQs, with all kinds of different mechanisms. And this is, in fact, what they do. And this is what, even us, we sell through affiliates. We sell our own products through affiliates where they can go out, literally hundreds of them will go out and sell our product 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I don't really care about that upfront sale. I give them most of the commission on that upfront sale because what's more important to me is that back-end link into the marketplace, because that's where all the golden nuggets are. That's where I get to understand my market better than anyone else. That's where I get to build my brand and reputation. That's where I get to ask questions of customers about what they want next. And that's where I get to sell customers what they want next. I get to upsell them on more advanced information, on side products, on cross-sells, upsells, all that kind of stuff that you've heard maybe in terms of sales funnel lingo, right? So all of that should be more than enough reason. And by the way, the fourth reason that we choose to develop our own products, and this is probably the most powerful one, I should have probably put it first, and that is the ultimate leverage. Look, when you're creating your own product, sure, you're spending days or weeks of time and effort, and you're not seeing any return for that little period of time. But the reality of it is once you launch it, you're earning ongoing recurring income from that. You're not even working on it any longer, right? So you'll sell that for weeks, months, and years to come with, at best, a minimal update, every 6 months to a year to update your information. That's really a couple hours of time. But you've created once and you sell for again and again and again and again. That is the very definition of passive or leveraged income. Now, sure, you have to work to market, you have to support affiliates, things like that, but that's just marketing that you would have to do even if you were selling someone else's product. In this case, you're making 80-90% of the return. You're getting that avenue, that angle into directly to the customers, and you're building your own enterprise, you're building your own revenue stream, you're building your own company that you can eventually exit, and you're building equity value over time. Okay, so hope that was useful for you. Any of you sitting on the fence about whether you should create your own product versus selling someone else's product versus doing e-commerce versus doing, any number of other things that you could do to make money online, I urge you to reconsider creating your own product. At least give it a try. And I'm going to put a link down below on the system that I talked to you about that we have used to create. We use it to market research, de-risk markets, find some of the hottest topics in given markets, and tie that to what you know, what you're interested and passionate about, so that you have commercial viability. And then we talk about how to get to a minimum viable product really quickly, so that we're not spending weeks and months without making any money and just putting all this terrible work into things and not even know if something's going to sell. But we get to a minimum viable product really quickly and release it to the marketplace, so you know exactly what is good about it, what's bad about it. You can make tweaks, come up with another minimum viable product, version 2, and then you're on your way. You just keep doing that and iterating. And then how to mine your market for those upsell, cross-sell opportunities, so you can take that sort of customer that may have spent $27 with you and have them spend hundreds of dollars with you. That's the objective, is to get that angle on the customers and have them sell more and more. Hey, Catherine, good to see you. Great to have you online. Okay, so we talked about how to research markets, how to de-risk markets, how to produce your own products, how to get the angle on your customer in your field. I'm going to put that link down below that I talked about, which is the program that we take you through that entire process of creating your own product that you can launch into any given marketplace, create your own brand, create your own profit center, create your own direct link with that customer, and then so you can add your upsells and cross-sells over time. Okay, I'll put that link down below. If you're watching this on a replay, that's great. Welcome to all of you as you're watching the replay, and we'll be back with another video for you real soon. Have a great day, guys. Hey, Catherine, thanks.